10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello everyone, hope you are all doing great and safe at your end. Welcome to the day 5 of pre-hackathon speaker sessions. Hack This Fall is hosting live workshops, talks and discussions which have already started from 26th October and will end today. You can check out our website for a complete schedule. Now coming on to the speaker session. In this session, you will learn about some basic concepts of blockchain, how things work and how one can use QuikNode to make the blockchain journey much simpler. And with that being said, let me introduce you all to our speaker for the session. We have Dmitry joining us.
Hey guys.
Hey Dmitry. Dmitry is the co-founder of QuikNode with 10 plus years MSP and CDN experience. He is now dedicated to make Web3 space more reachable for developers as well as the companies. We also have Sahil joining us. Sahil is a developer and evangelist at QuikNode and has been working with communities for 2 years. We welcome you, Dmitry and Sahil, and look forward to your talk. The virtual stage is all yours.
Thanks. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thanks for Hack This Fall for having us. We're really excited to talk about blockchain and how you can build with Web3 and how QuikNode makes that much simpler, much easier. So this is a two-part workshop. First part, I'll present some basic concepts of blockchain, go over what QuikNode is, how it fits into the stack, and then we'll run through a quick demo of the platform. And the second part, where Sahil will take over, will be more technical, where we'll get hands-on and he'll go into some of the development steps with blockchain and Web3. So we are QuikNode. We are building a platform for developers to build, test, and run Web3 applications. For those of you in the room who don't know what Web3 is, Web3 applications are blockchain-powered applications, and that means the important stuff, things like things of value, things of importance, identity, are stored in a transparent way. They're decentralized and not controlled by any one party. So it makes transactions and interactions online trustless. And we are big believers in Web3 and blockchain technology, and that it will transform the way that we live our lives. It's going to evolve every aspect of our lives and what we do in the same way internet and email did in the 1990s. So let's begin. What is blockchain? So blockchain is a distributed ledger technology. Every record is secured by a cryptographic hash, can't be altered or reversed. The record is immutable, it's forever. It allows for transparent record keeping. So anybody can download a copy of the blockchain, they can audit it, it's open. Most blockchain protocols are open source, so you can even audit the code. And the newer blockchains, such as Ethereum, are programmable, and you can store entire pieces of code and programs on it that execute exactly as intended. So if A, then B, and there's no other way. It's only that way, and it's secured by the network, massive amounts of hash power. What does blockchain enable? So it makes trust transparent. So it eliminates friction, middlemen, trusted third parties like banks and escrow, improves efficiency and lowers costs, and accelerates value transfer. So if you've ever tried to send a wire transfer, you send it today, your money's in a black box for a couple of days, and then it shows up on the other side. For those 3 or 4 days where the money's in the black box, you have no idea what's happening. With blockchain, you send it, you go to Blockchain Explorer, you can see exactly what's going on. Or if you're running your own node, You can query your own node and include your address or the transaction hash, and you see exactly what's happening with your transaction. If you've ever bought real estate, if you've ever bought property, there's a broker, there's an escrow agent, there's lawyers, all this bloat, all this friction. Everybody's trying to pull the deal in their direction, and it just creates such a big headache. Imagine one day you just go on your favorite real estate application like Zillow, you buy a house, and you don't have to worry like, oh, will the seller transfer the deed to the house to me? Do I need title insurance? Do I need any of this? No, blockchain will make that way more efficient and eliminate all these middlemen. And it does this while preserving privacy and ownership of users' digital assets. So immutable records, users are their own bank. There are no carry costs. It doesn't cost anything to hold cryptocurrency or NFTs, non-fungible tokens. It also enables new forms of identity. So, same way we have ID cards. Now these ID cards are on the blockchain. They're transparent. It's provable. Can't be disputed. And most blockchains are relatively inexpensive to use. So on average, let's say on Ethereum, a transaction, you pay less than 1% fee to use, sometimes much less. How does blockchain apply to the real world? Well, it's disrupting every industry. So look at finance. You have cryptocurrency that enables cross-border value transfer. You have decentralized finance right now, which is on fire. So you can program money, and you can get really creative with how you move that money around and how you invest. Like I said, identity. Once we solve identity on the blockchain, we can have voting on the blockchain. We have governance on the blockchain. Like, you ever vote for a politician and you want to know exactly where he raised his funds? So that kind of transparency the blockchain can bring to politics. Real estate, I mentioned, eliminating middlemen, escrow agents, trusted third parties, lawyers. Then you look at retail. Just recently, Breitling, the luxury watchmaker, announced that they will be including certificates of authenticity on the blockchain. So you'll know that when you purchase a watch from a store or from a third party, that watch is authentic because there's a record of it that'll match on the blockchain. And then you go into art and games. So in-game items, very, very hot. Let's say you're playing a first-person shooter and you want to buy a skin, or you want to buy a skin that was used by some kind of champion player in some match. That skin will have a traceable record on the blockchain, so it's authentic. And same thing with art. There's a lot of art that's being replicated, reproduced illegally, when you especially digital art. So when you have a cryptographic proof on the blockchain, then that art piece is authentic. And these are just some of the examples of how blockchain will change our world. Now, what is the problem with getting people onto blockchain? So as of 2019, there are 4.3 billion internet users. How do we get billions of users using the blockchain? There's very limited infrastructure to support this. Let's put it this way. When the big boom happened in 2017 and everybody started using Ethereum and playing with smart contracts, a lot of the Web3 applications, decentralized applications, started crashing. Why? Because they couldn't support this many users. That's one of the reasons why we started QuikNode. QuikNode is a Web3 infrastructure provider, and we address the scaling problem of how many requests can be processed by the underlying infrastructure to support the users of the applications. Those applications read and write data to the blockchain. So every user is making tens, hundreds, sometimes thousands of requests, sometimes per second, sometimes per minute. And you need underlying infrastructure to be able to serve those requests quickly and efficiently. Our mission is to support and scale the Web3 ecosystem. We're building service and tools to make building and running dApps easier. For those of you who don't know what a dApp is, it's a decentralized application, which is part of Web3 and is blockchain powered. And we're education forward. We promote community. So we have multiple resources where you can stay in touch with what's happening in Web3, learn Solidity, learn how to work with Ethereum, learn how to work with Bitcoin, and how to develop with Web3. So we have a blog, check that out. We have Web3 development guides. You see the links here, and we'll post a link to we'll host these slides and post a link so you can have them available later. And then every 2 weeks, we have a Web3 Vibes newsletter where we list all the cool things that have happened in the space. And we also have a cover article where we feature either a cool feature that we developed or one of our customers or partners that have something super interesting. So what is a Web3 infrastructure provider? It revolves around blockchain nodes. And what are nodes? Nodes are pieces of peer-to-peer software that maintain up-to-date copies of the ledger. It maintains connections to a bunch of peers, which are other people, entities, businesses running the same nodes, and the miners on the network. They all communicate, they reach consensus, and they propagate transactions, so they're mined and keep the network in sync. There are generally two types of nodes: mining nodes, which miners use with the graphic cards and mining farms to mine cryptocurrency and verify and secure the network. And then there are non-mining and observer nodes, which are just nodes that run and they maintain a copy of the ledger. They don't do any mining. And according to popular website, ethernodes.org, there are about 9,000 Ethereum nodes, but I think that number is conservative. I think there are many more under hood that simply aren't being tracked. Why are nodes needed? So nodes are gateways to the Web3. They're used to access and append data to the ledger. So you can read and write data to and from the ledger. So you can look up things like the block height, transaction info, account balances, smart contract details. You can just deploy smart contracts. You can send transactions, and you can also look up and listen to events on the blockchain. So for example, token transfers. Here's an example stack. So users interact with either a wallet software like common MetaMask or something like CryptoKitties. Through those wallet softwares, you talk the backend of the dApps talks with a library, either Web3.js, Web3.py, which then talks to QuikNode, and QuikNode runs the node software. So the node software has a copy of the ledger, feeds it into QuikNode. QuikNode aggregates that data, makes it super available, blasts it to the applications and wallet software, and then that data gets delivered back to the users. Here's another way to look at it. So on the right side, you have the users. They're using HTTP or WebSockets to connect to QuikNode, and QuikNode is running the Bitcoin, XDAI, and Ethereum nodes to serve that data that the front-end applications and the users are requesting. So our flagship product is QuikNode API. It's a global network of supernode clusters. So by supernode, I mean really powerful Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XDAI nodes that are spread out in clusters all over the world. It's redundant and elastic, highly available clusters that auto scale up and down based on demand. So our users never have to worry about capacity or scaling. And we also have middleware and tools such as cache acceleration, intelligent routing, and metrics and webhooks to improve performance, bring the blockchain data closer to the users, help users understand what's going on with their applications and how their calls are being used. And things like webhooks abstract some complexities of building with Web3. So what maybe used to take a day or two to set up now just takes a couple of minutes. Here's a rule of thumb. Take ownership of complexities on behalf of your user or customer and make things simple. Don't make your users or customers, or especially developers, do anything they don't have to. Let them focus 100% on their data and their applications so they can build the best possible features and versions of their apps. So let's take QuikNode for a spin. I'm gonna exit out of here for a quick second. Here's a QuikNode website. We're gonna sign in. And this is what the dashboard looks like. if you wanted to create a node, you would go here and you would choose your plans. The launch plan you will see comes with a 7-day free trial, and you choose a plan based on your request volume and what your app needs are. And this is if you're running multiple nodes. You could be running one on mainnet, you could be running another one on Bitcoin mainnet, you could be running one on Ethereum testnet Rinkeby. But we'll go ahead and let's click this one. So this takes you to the node dashboard. Here you have your information, such as your Web3 URLs, both HTTP and WebSockets. You have quick starts. So if you want to use QuikNode in your dApp, we give you ready-made code snippets. So you can go ahead and use that, or use it with Python, Ruby, JavaScript. There are obviously more languages out there, and we're always putting out new guides on how to use it. You also have your metrics and analytics tab. So you can see your usage over time. And you have stack charts. So these are all the different calls that you're making, response status breakdown, method call breakdown. So you really get to see what's going on under the hood. We have a variety of security settings. So you can make sure that only your application uses this node, especially when you're exposing your endpoint on the front end. So this way, only your application can send and receive requests from it, and it doesn't get any abuse. So webhooks is one of those abstractions that we made. You can fill out a couple of features, a couple of fields here, and listen, and our system will automatically listen to smart contract events. And when an event happens that you specify to want to monitor, we'll send your application an HTTP post. And this you can show to your users as an alert, like there's a transaction coming your way, or there's been a token transfer. But again, this is just to simplify. This is one of the pain points that our customers addressed with us, and we said, well, we'll just build a solution, help simplify that, make something that took over a day to set up just a couple of minutes. And then, of course, you can manage your billing. You can cancel at any time. And you have a help section. So just quickly to demonstrate, we can copy this endpoint URL and go to etherflow.quicknode.io, which is a developer tool that we developed, and Sahil will discuss later. We can copy and paste our URL here, select our favorite library, choose a call, and send it. And right here, using this connection endpoint, we send ETH block number request to the node, and we get back a response. You can see right here that the node is giving back higher block number, which means there are new blocks coming in and being mined. Let's see if we can get something higher than 610. So on Ethereum, blocks usually happen every 12 to 15 seconds. There we go, 611, great. And that's it, great. So $5 in ETH to the first person who can name the car in the previous slide. Tweet the answer to @QuikNode. Hope you were paying attention. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I will hand the screen over to my colleague, Sahil. Sahil, you're on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nice.
Yeah. So thanks, Rima. That was a really great session, and I think like the students in the hackathon and the participants have learned quite a few things about blockchain, because most of them, I mean, there's a hoax or kind of a myth about blockchain that it's really tough and it's really hard to get in, but I don't think it's like that, because uh, like there are enough resources, and we are constantly developing new resources to help people and help students and help other and everyone in the community to get as easily as into blockchain development. So about that, let me show you a tool. So if they share my screen. Okay, so as Dima talked about this Ether Flow, so this was developed by our team to make Web3 development really easy and to understand, basically understand different calls and workings of the calls really easy, and how to integrate those calls into the code bases. So let me grab a QuikNode URL really quick and show you the working. But I think Dima like showed it you already. So you can choose between two libraries. There are Web3.js, which is the official Ethereum library, and ethers.js. So I always prefer ethers.js because it's faster than that. So let us first do a net version call. So this call shows us the network ID of the node. So this node, which we are using, the node from the QuikNode. So this node, it shows the network response 1. So which means that it's on mainnet. Mainnet, which is the main Ethereum network, it shows that. And if there, it would have been a different testnet node, for example, if blockchain, it would have showed 3 and things like that. So block number, you have already seen that. And get balance, you can also get the balance from the Ethereum address. You just simply have to paste the address over here, and you'll get the Ethereum balance over here. So yeah, you can use Etherflow for the development purposes, and you can also see the code here by clicking on view sample code. So yeah, so this is the code snippet which you can simply grab and paste it in your code base, and this makes things really easy, and you don't even have to paste the node URL, it's already there. So I think this Etherflow can be really easy and really helpful when you are developing a dApp. Like you can simply get the calls by calls working over here, as well as you can get the code samples for those calls if you have to use them, and simply paste them in your code base, right? And we also have different guides which are over here. So if you want to use QuikNode with Ruby, you can simply go through this guide, and you will be good to go. And there are different guides. There's a guide on Python, there's a guide on Ruby, there's a guide on JS, and there are more guides coming in the future. And you can also learn how to write a smart contract using Solidity. You can also learn how to run your own node, even though we are providing nodes, but you can learn how to run your own node from our guide section. And I think that's it from my side. And feel free to reach out on our Discord if you have any questions. And we are always there on our Discord. And make sure to follow us on Twitter. We post some good Ethereum news over there time to time. And we also provide updates on Ethereum network and on blockchain in whole. Like we pro. That's it.
Thanks, guys. If you have any questions, we have a Discord channel. The link is in the slides that we'll post, and also at the on our website, the bottom of our website, there's a Discord link. So if you have any questions from this presentation, also Sahil and I are hanging out in the Hack This Fall Discord. You can identify us because we have QuikNode.io at the end of our names. So if you have any questions, yeah, feel free to reach out. We're more than happy to help. And thanks for watching our broadcast.
Thanks a lot, Dmitry and Sahil. It was indeed a great session, and we had a lot to gain. So some hackers might not have been able to join the live session, but as this recording is going to be available for all others, if they have any questions, they'll just ping you on the Discord channel that is Ask Speakers. So please do have a look whenever you are free or whenever you are free. And I also have a question from my side. That is, we have a wide variety of hackers, and I want that you would suggest them some tips or something else that they could use in this hackathon?
Could you repeat the question?
We have a wide variety of hackers at Hack This Fall, and I would like that you would give some suggestions or tips to them.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I quite understand.
Maybe.
Am I not audible?
He's asking maybe if you can give some tips to the hackers, or maybe if you can give some really insight tips to the hackers, like what they should work on, or how they can make a great project or something like that.
Sure. Well, I mentioned in my presentation. Look at abstractions. Find pain points that. I mean, we're looking for our company is looking for pain points that developers have, but look for pain points that maybe people have, or something that maybe isn't so easy to do, that you think there's a better way, or you could make easier. And then look to abstract that for user. Build something that people want. So yeah, find something that you can improve, and then go for it.
Sahil, any suggestions from your side?
Yeah, I think I totally agree with Dmitry that you should look around. Like if someone has a problem, try to solve that. Most of the great projects came through the problems, came to the everyday problems, I think, because they should look around and they should look at the really simple things. Like if there's something wrong, they should try to solve that with code.
Like if it's an application, look at the feedback, look at ways you can look at what people are saying, and maybe you can create a tool around that or make it better. But usually when you want to start small, but you want to build something with an impact, build for a community. So we started building QuikNode for the Ethereum users and the Web3 community, and that spilled over into the developer community and blockchain developer community. And we're always listening to our customers. We're listening to their pain points. We're looking at ways that we can improve our platform, build tools that make our users' life easier. So if it's if you're it might be as simple as like a browser plugin, or even an add-on to an existing platform. Yeah, look at ways. Listen to feedback. Look at what people are complaining about. I feel like Twitter is one of the greatest resources we have, because everybody complains about everything there. So find a topic, find a hashtag, find a handle, search for it, see what people are, listen to the feedback, good and positive, and just run with it. Find an idea if you don't have one already, and try to make something better. Again, build something people want, that makes their life easier, and that they want to, that they'll find a lot of value in.
So this were some valuable suggestions. It would be great help for our hackers. Thank you once again for joining us today.
Awesome. Thank you for having us.
Bye-bye. Thanks for having us.
Also, do fill the feedback form shared in the chat section, and it will also be used to assign the certificate for the sessions. It will be only open for 15 minutes and won't be reopened again. Thanks a lot everyone who joined us today. Don't forget to subscribe our channel so that you can get the updates. Stay tuned. Hope to see you in the next session. Stay safe. Take care.